Hey everyone, I'm Cahlen, and today I'm going to talk to you about IPFS, also known as the Interplanetary File System. So this is a file sharing system or network which is decentralized, and it's a little bit similar to like a torrent or like a Bitcoin or something like that. And it's designed to be an efficient system where files can be shared even when humanity has kind of expanded beyond Earth, and so maybe someone's on Mars. And so basically it's distributed, meaning whoever has looked at the file has the file locally on their machine and is listening for other people anywhere who are asking for that file. And if you hear them ask for that file and you have it, you say, I have the file. So that person who's asking gets a list of all the people who have the file and then picks the person who is closest to them, so on the planet that they are, and has the best bandwidth and all of that type of stuff. So basically it makes it so as long as there's more than one person who has the file, it's kind of an uncensorable file system. So I am personally using it. I'm going to convert my whole website over to IPFS, but right now I'm working on making it so just my video files and their thumbnail images are stored on IPFS. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit of how you add a file to IPFS and just kind of go through those things, and then I'll show you how it's working on my website. Okay, so first we have to take a file and enter it into the IPFS system, and I'm going to do that locally on my own computer here. So I'm using IPFS Companion, which is a plugin for any type of Chromium or Chrome browser, including the Brave browser, which I have now. So I'm going to go to Import, click File, and I'm going to use this little test JPEG. So now it has entered it into the IPFS system. It is now available for anyone in the world running IPFS to request this. And because the file is just on my machine, I'm the only person who can send it to them. So it's not optimal in this situation because my bandwidth is not very good, and I can't handle too many incoming connections either. So if I'm hosting videos, definitely don't want to do it from my computer. However, like I have all of my video files on the IPFS in my Android phone, my stealth survival phone. So if my servers ever get taken down, still someone can watch my videos or at least download them very, very slowly, but they're still available. They have not been censored. Okay, so I'm now going to go over here and I'm going to pin this file, which means that every once in a while IPFS will clean out files that people haven't been asking for. So if I don't pin it, then this file might eventually disappear even from my own laptop. So I've pinned it, which tells IPFS, hold on to this file, don't let go of it, and if anyone wants it, give it to them. So now I want to get this file somewhere where people can get it more easily, more reliably, even if my laptop is not online. So I'm going to copy the CID, which is this number that you see right here. It starts with a QME. And I'm going to go, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to this terminal here. So this is a connection to my own, I have a server which is running an IPFS node, which has very high bandwidth and can hold a large number of files. And this is where I keep all of my video files. Now I'm going to add this file to that. So I'm going to type IPFS pin. So I'm going to pin this file, add, and then I'm going to paste what I just copied, which is the CID of that file. And it's going to take a little second. So now it says it is pinned. Now I'm going to go to an IPFS gateway. An IPFS gateway. So these files are only available to systems which are running the IPFS software. And most browsers right now are not doing that. So IPFS is like HTTP, right? It's a protocol for sharing files. And so most browsers are still running on HTTP, and so you need something called a gateway, which is basically a node on the IPFS network which can accept requests from people running HTTP. Like they'll say, hey, I want this QID from your IPFS network, but I don't know how to talk in your language. Can you just send me the file? And the gateway says, sure, and it collects all the pieces of the file and sends it to that. So that's basically how you run on websites at the moment. Now the Brave browser currently has IPFS natively, and hopefully more browsers will take that up. When that happens, then we won't even need to have gateways, which will be a good thing. So anyways, this gateway here, IPFS.io, is kind of the first and primary gateway, though there's lots of different gateways, and I even host my own gateway. So, but we're just going to use this one because it's most used. I'm going to paste that code that I did for that little image, and I'm going to, and look, there it is. So basically my file is on the internet. Anyone can request it. Anyone can request it from any gateway, of which there are hundreds. So basically, as long as this file is hosted somewhere, anyone can access it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you one more thing. So now I had the file locally on my machine. I have it on my own server as well, but I want to make doubly sure that if both of those things go down, my file is still going to appear somewhere. So I'm going to go to an IPFS pinning service, and the one that I'm currently using is eternum.io. Now I use this one because it allows me to pay in Bitcoin, which is my preference. I would say there are better ones like pinata.cloud, I think is a better one if you're able to pay with card. But this is serving my needs at the moment. So let's say I want to now pin my file that we've been working with to this server so that if my other things go down, it's still going to be there. So I'm going to paste that. I'm going to say test. I'm going to pin it. And let's see if it worked. There it is. So now I don't have to worry about that file going anywhere because this pinning service, the eternum.io, basically they're charging me really a very small amount of money per day, I believe. They generally actually charge per month, but it's probably far less than a cent, way less than a cent a month to host this little image here. So I can fill up my account with a large amount of money, and assuming Eternum doesn't go out of business, it could host my video files for decades, right? And if I died or something like that, then I know as long as this company doesn't go out of business, that they're going to fulfill my contract where I gave them money and had them pin all my stuff. And now that basically my videos will be available to anyone who knows what those codes are. Okay, so now this is my website, and this is the front page, and the first 3 videos here are all hosted on IPFS. And down here, this is kind of what I was doing before. It's an embed from library.tv or from odyssey.com. And I found that there's still a little bit of issues with their embedding. And I would guess long-term, so library is very similar to IPFS, but I would guess that if one of them is not going to survive, I would guess library is the one that will not survive. I think IPFS will persist, and so I want to put my eggs more in that basket, so that's why I'm switching my video streaming and embedding over to IPFS. So here, we'll just, it's super quick. Look, the video is playing already, and we can skip around.
Still green, maybe cryptocurrency, by the way.
So really clean. The thumbnail loads instantly, which is not the case with other embeds like YouTube and stuff like that. Sometimes it'll take a while, like right here. This thumbnail might take a few seconds to actually load, especially when it's on a page which has a lot of videos. So this way it's actually instantaneous, and I'm in control of what happens to my file, and in the very least I can host my file on my local machine, on my laptop, on my Android phone. And yeah, people won't be able to stream the video very well, but they'll still be able to download it by clicking here, clicking download, and then giving it maybe a few hours. So what I'm doing right now is I'm basically working on getting all of my videos, and there's I think around 200 or something, basically hosted on IPFS and backed up in all of those different ways, and also creating a catalog. So I have an Excel sheet where I basically have the file name, and I have the code, the IPFS code for the video, and the IPFS code for the thumbnail. And that will always be correct for all of time. Like even if all of the files are about to get wiped out on the IPFS network and I still had the original files, if I entered that file into the IPFS network again, it would get assigned the same exact code, because of it basically uses the data inside of the file to generate its code. So it really is unique to that file. So I think that's really cool. Anyways, once I get my videos all hosted and cataloged, then I will start working on getting my actual website on IPFS. Now this will mean that I need to convert. So currently my website is on WordPress, which is a dynamic system, and it basically, like, you can have web forms and you can have things, you can have comments, and that's not so much true if you're running a static website on HTML, but in order to run on IPFS at the moment, it has to be a static website. So I'm currently learning how to do HTML, which is pretty cool and pretty fun. And once I've got my website hosted on IPFS, then I'll make a video showing you kind of the basics of how I pulled that off and how you can do it yourself. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll share it with someone that you care about. It helps them, it helps me, and it'll help you feel like a healthy type of person. If you're feeling extra generous, you can head on over to cahlen.org/gift, and there you can basically learn of ways to help me feed myself, shelter myself, and to upgrade and repair my gear. All donations give you the option of having a 1-hour life coaching call with me. So thanks again for watching.